Hey, welcome aboard City Heroes Video Tours. For this, we're going to do a very more streamlined version of the new Erin West arc. This one's being done on live, not on the open beta like the first one was. This one we're going to be a little bit quicker about, a little more streamlined in how to run it. So just hit the dialogue options that I'm choosing. There we are. The dialogue options you pick with her are important. The more you develop a friendly bond with her, the more she'll open up and she'll talk to you about someone that she knew that she lost, which is pivotal to one of the bonus badges. You also must have run the Blurring the Lines arc from Kelly Ukwa and the number 6 story arc over in RWZ, and the 2 Tavish Bell story arcs in Granville. I'll show you those in the Ouroboros Crystal at the end so you know which ones I'm talking about, but those 3 contacts are critical to this if you want to get the bonus badge. But we'll get to that. Alright. So for this, she doesn't want you to be a stick in the mud and just go off the cue cards that they gave you. And the ones I'm going to choose are really the ones you have to choose. So here we go. I am Zarbon. From here, just keep choosing the ones where you talk like you're from another world. There we are. The upgraded skulls now attack. Okay. At this point, we gotta go around and save all the reporters. They're in the same spots every time. Might be different reporter, but the positions are always the same. This is not a clear-all fight. You don't have to clear the whole map of all the skulls. So try and just target the ones that are actually guarding the captive. If one of the guards conjures up their little pets, you gotta take the pets out as well. Ah, Robert Pope. He's a future contact. You have to be Vigilante, and then while doing missions, as a Vigilante, you'll get a contact, a tip mission rather, that you have to run as Vigilante to unlock him, and then you gotta be Vigilante to do his missions. This is one of the NPC clones of Cray. Okay, so yes, that drone was a reporter. the boss of the skulls. He's an objective to defeat. Defeating him does not end the mission. You gotta free all the captains as well. So you can't shortcut your way out of this one. Using the 3-day mission autocomplete doesn't work. This mission will not allow that. Okay, the NPCs must have freed that guy, eh? Okay, that's good. Spike there. You think the pets would also disperse when their summoner drops, but of course not. That one had to summon there, that's okay. 2 to go. Here's the one. The other's over there. Also, it's rather convenient that Erin West still sits in this mission standing by the podium, not in any danger from the skulls at all. How about that? Alright. Like I said, not a wipeout map, just free the hostages and defeat the boss. Yay. Okay. Now be careful with the dialogue again with her. You must say, ignore the note cards there. She's definitely quite happy with that, so that's good. Then you must say, hope to keep you laughing. Then you must say, skull thing's pretty clever. Okay. This next mission, where you get to go talk to your so-called alpha team, the Cray clones. These dialogue options have absolutely no bearing whatsoever on the bonus badges. All it does is open up the possibility for extended cutscenes at the end of the mission if some of them are with you in the final fight instead of you fighting all of them. But we're not going to worry about that with this. That, and that. And this, that, and that. That one and that one. You just quickly want to get to the option that says where you need to move on. So shake hand, be nice, move on. And then this guy also, here's what you should know about me, and then move on. Mission is quickly ended. Again, none of that dialogue has anything to do with the bonus badges at all. So alright. The helicopter up on the roof takes you to the mission. What's funny is even though I can call her after the mission, she wants to talk to you in person, so you always gotta go back down to her. Alright, this mission is a defeat all. No way around it, but that's okay. Alpha team is with me. Also, the maps are prefixed for each mission. They don't change as far as the layout goes. That's good. I could have easily zoomed ahead and started wiping out that upper level of the map without them, but having them along does slightly speed up the fight. Okay. Moving on. It's a puff piece interview. How you talk to him in this interview is critical to both the bonus badge from Erin West as well as how you deal with him in the second interview. Select cares. Ask why the responder, not reporter. Then say puff piece. Choose clearing out the cray. You kick their butts. Team effort. Hope the homies ready. Those are the options you must hit. Alright. Moving along. Again, calling her, if I call her, she'll just tell me to go down and talk to her down here, so. Say I'm the best, then what's next? Alright, then we gotta go back up to the chopper. This one is not a clear all. And for this, we're going to use mark and recall, if you have it. Don't worry about Alpha Team, just take off without them. Again, the map is always the same as far as the map design goes. And the glowy is also the same. There's other glowies to click, but they're just red herrings. One we want is this computer terminal here. It's always in this general area where I'm at, and it's always this computer terminal. The enemy would kind of just cook it. I always try to do this with a minimal fighting, but still do it. That's your minimal fighting right there. Now let's mark and recall. Now, be careful of the options that you use on this with this reporter. This is where you get one of the bonus badges if you do it the way I do it. Say you do your best, and then for what he talks about here about the traditional land, this is what you want, the traditional land. Then you click this one. Basically keep calling out Cray for their corporate sins. Respect the grift. Say that how we're all pretending to be heroes, that we're a distraction, and then didn't you realize that? And that's one of the bonus badges from this. Uncomfortable truths. Because of the fact that I basically blew that reporter's mind, he's actually going to quit and not be a reporter for Cray anymore. So we got to choose our options a little bit carefully with Erin West at first. So we just say this one here, and then just say hit me with it with the next assignment. Don't bother with these others. Just hit me up with the next one. Okay. What you choose in this mission with Alpha Team does not have any direct impact on the next bonus badge. This is where you're basically forced to split the party, and the party's basically forcing you per the mission plot that you must take the Independence Port Tunnel. This is not a clear-all, contrary to what it says up there. Just ghost your way on up to this spot right here. Click this. Choose one tunnel towards IP. This is where they bug you about splitting the party. For the sake of expediency, just say reasonable, that you decide how to split. Whichever one of these you choose, you might have one of these people with you in the final fight instead of against you. Not relevant to the badges. Just say don't need any of you and that you're sure. There. This is, again, not a kill-all. You don't have to touch any of these guys to complete this mission. Now, since I got there, now I got to do a U-turn because the plot has changed. Oh no, I have to go rescue them. They're bound and determined to keep you from going to Utopia Complex in Eden per the plot of this. And we go this way, this way. Okay, click either one of them, doesn't matter. Mission's over. Okay, now your dialogue that you choose with here is very critical. Screw up and you'll completely lock yourself out of the other bonus badge, and you have to go back to Ouroboros to do this. So, just say you split up, you take responsibility. You must now choose the too bad so sad option. If you choose the other one, you lock yourself out of the other bonus badge. So too bad so sad. Ask who did you lose. Easier when grief is shared, and then no one should have to go through that. The clue she gives you is the clue that unlocks the path for the second bonus badge. Then just say you need time to think about things. Done deal. Pay attention to those diagonal options. Go back and rewind the video if you have to get them all. Those are the ones you must choose. Alright, when you get to this mission, if you've done everything, as I've done, this is where you're going to go and talk to those contacts from the other missions. Make sure she gave you this clue. The dialogue I chose leads up to her giving you this. If she doesn't give you this clue, you're locked out of the badge and you'll have to go through Ouroboros and rerun the arc. Okay. Now, I got some contacts to talk to. Two of them I ran normally. The Kelly Ukwa over in Nerva I had to run through flashback, so she doesn't show up on my inactive contact list. So now, let's LFG. I'm going to go to where she's at. No, I'm not starting the respec trial. I'm just using it to jump to Nerva. And it turns out that the contact for Tree Spec 1 is actually very close to where Ukwa's at in the zone. So, let's see. Here she is right here. Now, before you talk to her, we gotta talk to the other two first. So, if you've done Tavish Bell in Granville outside of Ouroboros, he's here on your inactive contacts. Just call him up instead of going to him. Say you have some questions. Ask about Sharon Brown. That's the person that Erin West lost. This is the one you select. Disregard the others. Just say, what do you know about Sharon Brown? Say it doesn't matter why you're asking. And just click through these one by one. Feel free to read his responses when you play it. I'm just zipping through these as I've done this a few times now. Now let's check the clue tab. Okay, we've gotten everything we can from Tavish Bell. If you've gotten... This is the clue from Erin West. These others come from Tavish Bell, this being the last one. Once he gives you this, he's got nothing else to give you for this. Now we go back to contacts. And I did number 6 outside of Oro, so he's here on my list. We call him up. Again, just ask about Sharon Brown. Disregard the others. Ask how she died. Who was the hero? What did they investigate? That it was supposedly legal. What was the fallout? Okay. Now, since I did her through flashback, I gotta talk to her in person. And then you want to ask again about Sharon Brown. Say she was a friend of Erin. Told the research was illegal. Definitely click this about the safety features. Okay. Now we go back and talk to 6 one more time. Ask again about Sharon Brown. Ask how she died. And then mention about the lab permits. Okay, having gone through all those options, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 clues. The badge is locked in. They say you can skip Tavish Bell. I haven't tested that yet, so don't do that. Just do what I did to lock in the badge. Alright, so now we gotta go take out 20 Devouring Earth, and we're gonna do that real easily. We're going to Craze Folly. There we are. They said wipe out Dev Earth. They didn't say which ones or where. There we are. Now just one more. There we are. And they're out. Now to more efficiently get back to her and K-Dub, we are going to choose the Market Crash trial to LFG2. Mission Transport won't take me back to her since it's a talkie mission. That doesn't work. Amazing how a tree can tangle you up in your form. Now from here you must say, before I leave, you learn things about Sharon Brown. Click through all the dialogues. Feel free to read her responses by pausing the video or just when you play this yourself. Ding! Drew Seeker badge. That's both bonus badges locked in and done. Then say leave her to her thoughts. Next mission's on the board. Contrary to what it says, it's not a clear-all. That's just a red herring. I'll show you what you do to easily get through this mission. Don't bother talking to the newcomers to the team that replace any that were lost on the last mission. There's no need. Talking to them and to your other teammates would only help set things up for the final mission to maybe get some bonus footage on the cutscene. Big deal. You can do that if you want. This video is just to show you quickly how to get through this. Top option again. You just avoided a fight with those new alpha drones. Hallelujah. Okay. Just say everything went smooth. What's next? Okay. Talking to them individually in this can set things up for the bonus cutscenes if you really want to do that. I don't. So we're just going to expediently choose to end this talkie mission. Don't bother with the 3-day mission drop. Don't waste it on this. Just go up to the PA, click the bottom, done. Yeah. You're deviating from the mission that she gave you. Now you're going to go to Utopia Complex and figure out what's going on. That's per the plot of this arc. So here we go. Okay. Setting mark and recall. Because at the end of the mission you have to find the exit. Now if you don't have mark and recall, that's okay. You could use LFG to mark it crash, and then go right back to her and talk to her to wrap things up. Also, the map is very disjointed in this mission. It allegedly might be fixed with a future update, no big deal. Go straight down to here. Temporarily turning off beta decay so I don't just irritate these guys. Oh. And I go find a battery. Now we got double back. Because the glow any previous glowies that we might have encountered would not have lit up until now. But the good news is that the one you need is always in here. This is the one. Have no fear. By the way, as a little bonus, if your character happens to have electrical powers, you won't need to find the battery. You can actually power up the terminal with your electric powers. But this is an energy rad scrapper, so yeah. No electricity in this one. Call. Just tell her you're Utopia. And here comes your former Alpha teammates. Now they're looking for you. By jumping back over to here and fighting back here, you can avoid having those other NPCs join the fight. Because that would be a waste of time to fight them. If any of your powers are fire-based, you want to knock out Blazing Blade quick since he's fire armor. Okay. They're easily downed. Again, fighting all these others here is a waste of time. Also, if you're of tech origin, you can actually, once that thing's powered up, you can more easily get the door open, but that doesn't matter. Alright, skipping along now. We're just gonna zoom past all these guys. We don't need to fight them. Alright. Those are the missing teammates. All I gotta do is take them out. You don't need to fight anyone else in this room. Conjure up the boys. You can also leave the map. Pretty quick. There you go. Just take them down, fight no one else. Here's the final cutscene. That's very abbreviated since I didn't do any of the bonus content unlock. So now we know the big secret of Utopia Complex. This is where the Cray Paragon Protector clones basically go to either die or become Dev Earth. Because Cray can't quite get the cloning right. Okay. So it's either backtrack through the map and fight everyone that you come across if they get in your way. Or mark and recall yourself to the door, or use LFG to mark it crash, or use Ouroboros portal to escape out, or your base transporter powers if you want. All of those count for finding the exit. Multiple ways to escape. I've tested them all with other characters, they do work. The LFG one's probably the most efficient compared to teleporting to your base, though. It puts you closer to her than it would be to come out of your base. But Mark and Recall is by far the most efficient, so if you have it, hope it's ready for you on this last mission. Just say this one. Never about the money. Saving from the Dev Earth. You're owed a bit more. You could choose clean break and call it good, but nah. There. A little bit of a financial bonus. And hey, one last question. But no, she doesn't want revenge on Flambeau for her friend getting killed, so okay. That's that, and then we tap this again. Make sure she's all cleared out. 20 merits for completion, and this is the badge for completing the mission. Alright, well, that's a cut, print, and a wrap for this. Hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like and subscribe to the channel, and hey, don't forget, once in a while, turn your computer off, go outside and play. See you on the next one.